The Sewing Programs icon is the third one down on the right side. When you open it, there's actually a couple different things that you can do in here. There's the tapering options, but what we want to do is actually use the Patchwork Program. This little kind of eye or I-beam looking item, you can set for any stitch. So I have it just on a straight stitch, and what it'll do is record how long of sewing that I'm doing, and then it will do that exact same length every single time. So if you had little tiny squares you were sewing and it was from, here to here, and you went to stop after each one, and then you put in your next piece, you can have it so you don't even have to think. It's going to sew that same amount every single time. So this is how it's going to look the first time you program it in. Notice the reverse button that's pictured on the screen. That's indicating I need to touch this when I've gone ahead to the desired length. And it recognized that I have 15 repeats, for example, in that row. Not that that matters, but we'll just, here we go, and cut the thread. But now the single pattern is engaged. That means that when I put this in at the same place or on my fabric, I don't have to think, oh, I have my reverse button on. All right, we'll try that again. That it will actually stitch 15 stitches and then it will stop. So let's try this in the all the way going forward option. Is we'll start at the top here, stitch, 15 stitches, done. So that is now programmed into that length, and that is how, and they call it the Patchwork Program, because again, you can set it so it does the exact same amount of stitches on every single piece, all the pieces that you're sewing together. When you're done, you can just turn that off, it clears it off, and that is great. But keep in mind that if you're doing even a decorative stitch, you can come in to the sewing programs, touch to program. Let's program in a couple repeats here. We'll set that. It stops. And now it's going to do those 4. You can see the 4 that are on the screen. And I can come over here and they have the exact same amount of repeats without having to think about stopping when I need to.